Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we are building a real-time multiplayer Tic Tac Toe game. Of course we're using React Native, Expo, Node and Socket.io, and of course TypeSCript as well. So let's take a look at the big picture of how the game works. So let's say we have a player A and we have a player B. They are two different devices, but they don't talk to each other directly. Instead, they they connect to the game server, which we are going to build with Node and Socket.io. So now, how that connection works? Let's say we have a player A, and the player connects first, right? So the server is waiting for another player to connect. So once the player B connects, the server will create a private room with the board, and also the server will determine whose turn it is and what the player are, and also it will add the values to player A, which will be value X, and will add the value to player B, which will be the letter O. So that's how that will work. And now this is very important, guys, the making a move. So let's say we have a player A here, and let's say the user tap on this square, right? So this will be sent to the backend, and the server will check if it is a valid move, a corrector, and empty cell. So since this it's valid move and it's empty cell and it's the corrector, so that server will update the board and send the new state to both players. In this case, the board for player B will look the same, right? So basically this is player B, and they both have the same board now. And let's say player B wants to make some move. The player B will tap on this, but this is not a valid move, right? So nothing will happen. So the user B has to choose any of these empty cells. And now let's say player B pick this cell, so it makes this move. So it will go to the backend again. The backend will check everything again, valid move, corrector, and empty cell. So since this is a valid move, so the backend server will update the boards and will send the new state to both players. And so in this case, the player A will see the new update. So now that's how how making a move works. So now what we are learning in this video, so basically we are learning more about React Native, Node, Socket.io, real times events, matching with rooms, server-side validation, and multiplayer state. So let's take a look at a real demo. So I have this, as you can see, this is player A, and it's waiting for another user or finding a new opponent. Let's take a look at the terminal. If you are using a Mac, you can press Shift I, and it will display the fonts that you can select any new font, right? So in this case, I will select the 15 Pro, right? So that's a totally different device. So let's move this out of the way, and let's take a look at this. So let's the app is loading. So now, as you can see, everything changed. Now it says this player A turn and opponent's turn, right? So now let's start by doing this. So player A makes a move. Let's say player B wants to make a move. No, that's not a valid move. So he has to pick up one of these empty cells, right? Let's say I go here. Okay, now it's player A turn. So let's go there and let's make that move for player B. Now, as you can see, of the moves happening, both boards are updating in real time, right? And so let's make a move here. So now it's saying player A win, and it's giving you an option to play again, and the board is reset. And that's basically how the game works, guys. I hope you like it, and we are coding this in the next video. We are doing the whole setup, and give it a like. If we get to 50 likes, we are gonna add more features to this game if you like it. But stay tuned for the next video. We are doing the backend setup, and don't forget to like, share, and see you next time, guys. Thank you so much.